Hey man, it's a cool weapon you got. What is that?
Dude, it's a Zaw.
Wait, where's your guns?
Nah, man, don't need it. Just the Zaw.
Dude, I don't think it's really good. I think you're tripping.
No, man, I'm serious. Here, you see those guys over there?
Yeah?
I bet I can take them out from here.
Dude, there's no way.
Yeah, way.
Nah, man, there's no way you can do that.
I bet you a million credits.
Dude, I bet you won't.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Okay, man. No frickin' way. Dude, I don't know how you did that.
I don't know how you gonna pay me. Hello, my fine villains and lovely villainesses. Today, we're going to be going over the Zaws. Yes, the melees and the primary and secondaries. Now, if you really want to help a villain out, please do that like, share, and subscribe nonsense, and then let's get on into this. Okay, so you find yourself coming to here and you want to know exactly what the hell is a Zaw. So I'm going to say real quick, a Zaw is a customized weapon. And there's 3 parts of it. But I'm going to tell you exactly where you, yes you, can find yourself a Zaw. So let's get on into the navigation, and I'm going to tell you right now, the main places you will find Zaws and or Zaw parts are on Earth, Deimos, and Venus. Now, if you go to Earth, you got to go to Cetus. If you go to Deimos, you have to go to the Necrolisk and talk to Father. Father has some of the primary and secondary parts over there. As well as you go to Venus and you go to Fortuna and talk to Rude Zood. Now, after all that, you can make them, but we're going to go over to Earth. Now, I'm only going to go to Cetus. You can go to the other 2 at your own discretion. The rest of this is going to all be very similar. So let's get on into it. Alright, now that we got onto the plains, we're going to fast travel to Hawk. Now, when you get to Hawk and when you get to the other ones, you're going to see a similar menu, but we're going to go over each and every one of these. Yes, there's already 4 of them. So Forge a Zaw is going to be when you put everything together. Browse Wares is where you're going to get all your blueprints and fun stuff. Today's specials, we'll go over that real quick, and other services is the very end. So today's specials are already put together melee weapons. So you have right here the strike, the grip, and the link. So the strike is kind of the main thing you're going to be hitting with, and as you can see, this is more of a stone connected to a stick type thing, so it's a hammer. You can even see right there that strike can be used as a machete or as a polearm style weapon. The grip will also determine what kind of a weapon you're going to be getting or making out of it, and you can even see at the bottom there it says it's a lightweight, provides an increase to speed at the cost of damage. And then you even have the link here, and the link will give you different stats for that weapon. And as you can see down at the bottom here, you can see the attack speed, range, all this fun stuff, the type of weapon it's going to become, and its stats. So it's a little less of a crit chance, a higher status, 2 times multiplier, mainly impact and slash. And you got the total weapon damage right here. Now you can buy this with plat, but we're not going to. Now we're going to Forge Zaw, and as you can see right here, you can just go right in and you can customize it right now. Now, if you do not have the part already forged out, you won't be able to put it together here right now. So you will have to go and get it, and then go to your foundry, create it, and then come back here to then make it. So let's make a quick dagger, because this isn't at all a Skyrim reference. So we have the Bala, and I think that's the only one you could really use. Yeah, so the Bala and the Olatha. Oh, that's for swords. Yeah, no. So you can see they all have different ones for use, but we're going to go with that one because that's daggers and staff. So we'll use that as a strike. And then So if we're going to go for a dagger, we have the Korb, the Laka, the Quath, all these particular 3, and this one, but that's for later. So let's go with the, I don't know, Laka, and then a Link, and we'll just pick a Link just for shits and giggles. So this is the weapon all put together, and as you can see right now, it's a little slow, high on the status. And yes, it's a puncture. So if you did decide to make this, technically, because puncture has its fun stuff for the status effects, you could actually see this being a little pretty decent. And that starting with 32% would actually make this not bad for putting more into status. And then trying to get some crit where you can. God fucking damn it. Hold on. So as you can see, or here's the stats. So as you can see, it has a little less crit and a lot of status, but because this has a lot of puncture, we will be getting that crit chance on when you get enough puncture status onto the enemy. So if you can get the status up to 100% or higher, and then be able to constantly put that on there, that's fine. Now, just so you know, this is a dagger, so if you are going to go for a heavy attack, make sure there's more crit chance, and then you can do that by doing this. And as you can see, that's critical damage and critical chance. So if we went with this one, you can see off to the right here that it'll give us more attack speed, more crit chance, but at the cost of some damage. And as you go through, this one's more attack speed, higher crit damage, or higher damage, and a little more crit. So if we go use this one, cost of attack speed, but it's a little more higher on the crit chance. And if you're going to go for a heavy attack build, this actually wouldn't be half bad. Now, once you make this weapon, you have to level it up. Now, when I say that, as you can see at the very bottom here, there's a preview gilded. So this is going to be just a regular weapon that you can restrictively mod and restrictively use cosmetics. So until you gild it, so until you get it from unranked to 30, you'll have to gild it. So once you gild it, you're able to change a lot more of it, and then you get a free forma. Essentially, gilding it is a forma. And on top of that, you get to name the weapon. And you can name it whatever you want. But let's go into browse wares, and here you can see where all of the different items you can eventually craft, as well as Arcanes. Now I'm going to get into this right now. All Zaws have Zaw exclusive Arcanes. Why is this important? Because some of these Zaws some of these Zaw Arcanes are really good. I'm going to say right now, Exodia Force, if you are building a high attack speed / high damage / high status effect weapon, this is really good because when enemies are close by, and with anything within 6 meters, they'll be taking weapon damage. So if you can get, I don't know, maybe a dagger, high attack speed, or maybe low attack speed, but you're able to use an ability that makes it higher attack speed, and when you inflict status effects and then grouping enemies, congratulations, you're literally doing AoE with a melee weapon. And there's also other ones, they do all sorts of things, but there's also 2 that are coming up in the Knights of Nabris event. And I highly suggest making sure you get anything and everything you can for standing in Demos between now and October. In October is when it usually comes out. And I say this because there is an arcane called Arcane Contagion, should be up on the screen right now, and you want that arcane. During the skit, what I used was Arcane Contagion. It fires an energy blade when you double jump and bullet glide and do a melee air attack. It fires that out, and after 30 meters, it increases in damage by a significant amount, and it's very good to have. I know 30 meters is pretty far away, but I guarantee you it's worth it. Now, again, this is very similar for the primaries and the secondaries, and I don't really feel like going into those a whole heap and hell of a lot, but I will say this. If you are going to be making anything, anything, make sure you write down what it is. Because as you can see here, you have, what is it, you have this one is totally different from this one by enough. And if you don't write it down exactly, you're gonna mess up and you're not gonna have a fun time. Now we're gonna go into the very last part, the other services. And this is where you're gonna go for gilding. Again, you'll need to see the Swiss, not hard to find. You can provide your Zaws, so if you really screw up, you can provide it for some standing and maybe make a new one. And then if you really feel like renaming a melee weapon, you can go in here and literally rename any weapon to be whatever. And that's similar for all the other ones as you'll go through and you'll see. But again, make sure you read all of the descriptions. So say browse wares, and in the case of primary and secondary weapons, the grips will tell you if it's going to be a secondary or a primary, so definitely check on those. Other than that, that is pretty much it for the Zaws. Now, I will make sure you guys at least see how good these weapons can go, and I'll go with a dagger. I personally like heavy attack daggers. I think they're the best, and I'll even give you a build just for very noobs to show you exactly how good these things are. Okay, welcome back. Let's get this party started. So as you can see, we are going to be doing the Steel Path, and we're going to do 3 butchers for the time being. And I'm going to show you my personal build, and this will be for, this is my personal build with a Riven mod, and as you can see, I do have the Exodia Contagion Arcane slipped onto it right there, and that's at its max. So I'll show you how what it'll do to these 3 boys. And as you can see, it goes through them like butter. Don't believe me? We'll get something a little higher. The 20 Steel Path Heavy Corrupted Gunners should do the trick. And that's with just a 3x multiplier and heavy attack only. Now, let's show you the noob-friendly build. Alright, now this is the noob-friendly build, and you will be able to get just about everything, maybe except for covert lethality, but everything else you should be able to easily find and or get. So, let's show you. And that's just one enemy on Steel Path. Now, the reason why I do like daggers is because of the forced slash proc. So whenever you do a heavy attack, right there, it's already doing 10,000, 11,000, 22,000 just for existing. Look at that. And that's just with a noob-friendly build. And we can always knock off the Steel Path, and I'll even show you it's still viable even without Steel Path being on. It's even better. Personally, I totally forgot about the Exodia Contagion, and so I'm going to show you guys exactly how it is in Steel Path. If I can aim. And that's at 30 meters. You can still fire it, you know, as close as you want. Now, I do want to say one more thing. I want to show you guys one thing I find hilarious. We'll call this bonus content. So if you do end up making a scythe and you did get the candy cane skin, the energy blade itself actually retains the blade. So not the original blade, so like I can throw it from here. But yes, you could literally throw candy canes. And it's just the funniest thing to have these types of things sticking out of the walls. And as you can see, it's literally throwing candy canes, which is the funniest thing ever. Anyways, that is all for today. Please, again, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification whenever I upload. You'll be the first to know, and thank you for watching. I love making these videos, and yes, I know some people voted on other ones. They will be coming out soon. Don't you worry about it. Anyways, y'all take care, stay villainous. Goodbye!